and we dig holes to pull it out of the ground. We pull out of the ground death. And we burn it in our engines. And we burn death in our power plants without ceremony. And then we act shocked when having pulled death out of the ground and burned it. We act shocked when we get death from the skies in the form of global warming, and death on our oceans in the form of oil spills, and death in our children's lungs in the form of asthma and cancer. Let's stop fueling our society based on death and start using living things. Let's stop digging those holes at some point in America. Shift the power so we can stop looking down those holes. America's future is not down those holes. If you want to see the future, new generation, look up. Look at the living sun and the Saudi Arabia of solar power that we have in our country. Look up at the sky, the Saudi Arabia of wind power. Look up into the eyes of the workers of America who are idle, who could be building the solar panels, who could be building the wind turbines, who could be building the smart batteries. If you want to see the future, look up into the eyes of our farmers, who could be growing smart, advanced energy crops. Look into the eyes of our young people who are standing on street corners, who instead of standing in front of my house, could get a ladder and get on top of my house and put a solar panel up there and be a part of the solution. See? That's the future. That's the future. If you want to see the future, look up. Look into the eyes of our immigrant grandmothers and mothers who know how to do community gardening, can not just shift the fuel system, but the food system to something cleaner and healthy.
Yeah!
Of our Native American sisters and brothers who can help to power America with their wind resources and sun resources that have been blocked out and left out. You have the opportunity and the obligation to shift the power. If we change the way we power our buildings and our machines, that is the clean energy revolution. And if we shift the way we power our bodies, that's the clean, local, organic food revolution. Those two revolutions together can change America. That's where we're going to go. Shift the power. Shift the power. But don't just stop there. Don't just stop there. When you go home, shift the power at the Thanksgiving table. When your Uncle Joe, who loves Fox News, starts talking to you and starts dominating the discussion and starts making you feel small, that your ideas don't count, and that you're some kind of bizarre freak. But that never happens to you. It happens to some of us. Shift the power. Because this movement is not just for Democrats. And it's not just for lefties. This movement is for everybody. And you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. You said to your Uncle Joe, "Excuse me, sir. Don't you believe in liberty? Don't you believe in liberty? And if you do, how can you live in a country where every American is forced to be an energy consumer for the rest of our lives? Shouldn't we have the right as Americans to be energy producers? Shouldn't we be able to put up solar panels on our own houses? Shouldn't we be able to put up wind turbines in our backyard? Shouldn't we be able, as Americans, to power our own communities? Shouldn't we be able? Shouldn't we have the right and the liberty to be energy producers and not be dictated to 12 times a year by energy companies that dictate how much we're going to pay for energy, when we're going to pay it, how many asthma empower this country in a new way. You see, this agenda that you are moving forward can change politics. Yes, we're going to produce a lot of these clean energy products in the blue states, in the industrial blue states, but we're not going to build a lot of wind farms in New York City. We're going to deploy it in the red states. We're going to deploy all of these beautiful products, these solar farms, these wind farms will be deployed in the rural red states. That is the great genius of your movement. It can bring this country together. There's something for rich people and poor people and people of all colors. You have the opportunity to shift the power by shifting the discussion, ensuring that we understand that our stereotype that renewable energy is just hippie power. It's hippie power. But it's also cowboy power. It's also rancher power. It's also farmer power. It's also Appalachian mountain power. Don't let anybody deny it. I love that we have a movement of people in America now talking about liberty. Our sisters and brothers in the Tea Party. I'm glad they're talking about liberty. And we need to understand that we believe in liberty in this movement. But we're not stopping with just the first word in the Pledge of Allegiance. I love liberty. Given what's happened with my ancestors, nobody loves liberty more than I do. But the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't stop there. The Pledge of Allegiance says liberty and justice for all. Liberty and justice for all. And not just liberty, yes, and justice. Justice for the immigrant. Justice for the